The tomb was breached. The curse awakened. But someone wanted it that way. Since learning she carried the blood of Tutankhamun's royal line, Lena Halbrook's world had grown increasingly unstable. Not just emotionally, but literally. It began with the dreams. Vivid, otherworldly, always the same. Lena, walking barefoot down a corridor of gold, the walls alive with hieroglyphs that twisted and shimmered as if whispering to her directly. She would hear a voice, sometimes in ancient Egyptian, sometimes in her own tongue, saying the same phrase. The scribe watches, you open the gate. During the day, she began to notice strange details. Dust falling upward, candles flickering in rooms with no wind, statues of Anubis turning to face her when no one was watching. She began to see shadows where there should be none, trailing behind her in mirrors and glass. Dr. Kasim believed the visions were side effects of her bloodline reacting to the eye's awakening. But Lena suspected something else. Someone else was pulling the strings. Her suspicions led her back to the source, Howard Carter's private journals, which had recently been released by his estate. Among the volumes of catalogued artifacts, excavation schedules, and sketches, one entry stood out. It was dated the night before the tomb's official opening. He's growing impatient. I do not trust him. The others think he is harmless, just a translator. But I have seen what he draws in his own time. He signs his name with an I. The man's official name was lost, never listed among the excavation team's records. But he was referred to again and again by a nickname, the Shadow Scribe. This scribe had been hired to document hieroglyphic translations. But Carter grew wary of him when he began adding symbols to the walls that weren't part of the tomb's original design. Symbols linked to resurrection, possession, and judgment. Then, in early 1923, the scribe vanished without a trace, just before the deaths began. Lena followed the trail to an old Watcher safe house in Alexandria, where she uncovered a forbidden scroll sealed in a canopic jar. Inside was a spell, a binding ritual used to tether a soul to an object. The object in question, the Eye of Ra. What if the Shadow Scribe hadn't vanished, but had sacrificed himself to the Eye? What if his soul had merged with the artifact, becoming the very force behind the curse? Suddenly, Lena's hallucinations didn't seem random. They were messages, warnings. The dreams, the voices in the sand, the movement in the hieroglyphs, they were breadcrumbs left by the scribe to lure someone like her, someone of the bloodline, back to the source. But why? Was he trying to complete the ritual? Or was he trying to stop someone else from doing it? One night, while examining the fragment of an unrecorded cartouche from Tutankhamun's burial chamber, Lena noticed something chilling. The scribe had signed it, beneath a line of glowing ink invisible under natural light. And in ancient Egyptian, it read, "The eye must not see again. Guard the girl." Was the scribe a saboteur or a savior? And what happens when the eye sees?
Matang basbas sa stage bes.